Bam! So, welcome to my tutorial on how to make an efficient Enderman farm, XP farm thing, stuff to get enchantments and other fun things. So, the basics, let's just stop talking and do the stuff. The basics are pretty much the same as every other Ender farm. So you go to the end, kill the Ender Dragon, then place some water on an edge of the mainland, build yourself down to layer 5, something like that, then build yourself out 128 blocks at least. Just do some more to be sure, 140, 150, just to make sure that you're far enough away. Because mobs will instantly despawn when they are further away than 128 blocks from you. So going away from the mainland will prevent mobs from spawning there, in this case just Enderman, and have them only spawning in your mob trap. So that's that. Then you make a platform and a landing strip where they can land with half a heart and then be killed with one hit with your fist. I have hoppers. You don't need hoppers, they're just to guide the items into the chest. They're very expensive, so in survival I guess I just do stone. So then you have the strips there to guide the Enderman while falling, and they go way up there. You need a fall from 43 blocks. So from here you go, this is block 1, so it's like from this height. You go 43 blocks up, and from that height you have like, this is the 43rd block with the button on it, then one block on top and vine on the edge. Because vines will reset the fall height. If an Enderman falls from way up there, it will of course get killed if you just let it fall down. But if it falls through the vines, its fall height will be reset, and so it will end up with half a heart down there and you can kill it. The buttons are here to prevent the vines from growing, because if they grow, your fall height will be less than 43 blocks and you may have to hit them twice, which is not what you want. So, let's take a look at the efficiency stuff. Because what makes this farm so efficient is that all the blocks on the level of the spawn strips are air. And this is explained by a guy called JL2576, something like that. I can't remember his name, but if you just type in Minecraft JL2, then you'll find him. And he is sort of very, very good in making tutorials on mob traps and stuff. He just figured out all the spawning algorithms. And he said that the spawning algorithm works like this. You have a chunk, which is 16 by 16 by 256. And 20 times per second, I believe, or 40 times, well, anyway, a lot. The game chooses one block in the chunk. If that block is not air, the whole spawning sequence is skipped. If the block is air, the game checks if there is an opaque block beneath it. And there are some other things like enough space above, but there can be tripwire, and there can be redstone, and there can be torches. Well, not for the light level, but anyway, for there can just be some stuff above it. That's why this still works. But if the block is not air, the whole spawning sequence is skipped. So with old Enderman farms designs, it was something like this, and you have a pressure plate and repeater and stone all the way along your spawn strip, which is a lot of non-air blocks. So the game just can't choose these blocks, which reduces the amount of blocks on the spawn level that the game can choose. Because if it chooses a block, it will make 4 attempts to spawn a mob on this level. And it does checks like, is there a block, is there enough room, stuff like that. So, there are just more blocks to choose, which makes this farm about 50% more efficient. I calculated that by just removing the vines and then counting the enderpearls that fell in my hoppers. With the old design, with the pressure plates and repeaters, I got like 500 enderpearls after 30 minutes AFK. And with this design, I got 718. So that's almost 50% improvement. So that being said, let's just do some measurements and stuff to show you how you can build it. You have your spawning strip, and then you go 2 out and 2 up. And on the side of the second up, you place a tripwire hook. which runs with tripwire to the other side, same here, 2 out, 2 up, and tripwire in between. On top of this, very important, half slabs, because this will prevent Endermen from spawning here, which is very important because they're hanging around here, they won't get pushed off and won't die. So, then piston on the side doesn't need to be sticky piston with blocks, just a piston, it's alright. And so if an Enderman spawns, they're 3 high, so he'll spawn, trigger the tripwire and get pushed off, bam, and then you can hit it. It's very important that the tripwire hooks are here and not, because the tripwire is not triggered when you walk through the tripwire hook. So you can just safely walk here without triggering any of the tripwire. So if they are 1 block closer, the Enderman will just spawn in the tripwire hook and not trigger anything. It's also very important that they are below the pistons, because as you can see, it will just trigger 1 piston, or 2 in this case, because they're 2 sides, 2 pistons at a time. If the tripwire hook is above it, it will trigger 6 pistons at a time, which is a waste of spawn space, because Enderman won't spawn here while this is triggered. So, yeah, that's it. It will cost a metric buttload of iron. I love that term. Because all the pistons need iron, all the tripwire hooks need iron. There are very good iron farms around, but they take a lot of time to build. If you want to save on iron, you can do something like this, which is just 1 tripwire hook on the other side, 1 here, 1 there, etc. String in between. But the disadvantage is that all pistons are extended at once, and so all the spawning spaces are invalidated for a split second, which is several game ticks, so several spawning attempts. So if you have enough iron, please do it like this. You'll get a little more efficiency. So yeah, I made 8 layers, which requires 740 pistons, which is a lot of iron, a lot of tripwire hooks, a lot of iron. But yeah, I guess it's worth it, because it takes 2 minutes to reach the mob cap. That is 78 mobs in the trap. So it doesn't make sense to AFK for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour to get a lot of mobs, because it will just reach the mob cap in 2 minutes. So after 2 minutes you just slay them all, then wait for it to fill, slay them all, and you need to reach level 30, you need 825 experience, which is 165 Endermen. So you need approximately 5 minutes of slaying Endermen to reach level 30, which is, I guess, pretty okay. And you get a lot of enderpearls, which you can use to teleport to wherever you want. So yeah, that's it basically. It takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, but you get a lot of enderpearls and a lot of experience for it. So yeah, have fun with it and stuff. Thanks for watching.